Today we're in the West Midlands, another house to inspect. We're going to crack on and start on the inside. So we're going to start on the inside now. Everybody has a different way around doing things, but I like to start in the furthest room away. So I'm going to start in the utility, do the kitchen, WC, work my way around the lounge, and then upstairs do all the bedrooms, bathrooms, and finish in the loft. So we're going to be checking for obviously good workmanship, making sure if there's anything wrong to obviously pick up on, and generally just building standards.
So what we're doing there then?
Just checking all the sockets.
What's that?
Socket tester, so we're just checking, make sure there's no electrical faults. Obviously this particular socket's missing its pips. All the others obviously got theirs in.
What do you mean pips?
So the round plastics that covers that just go over. The screw heads there.
Oh, okay.
Nice and flush.
And is that like a standard that has to be met? Is that
Every
mandatory or
different things? So you have depends on the sockets. Obviously most of the sockets in here seem to have them on.
Yeah.
So that'd be a thing that we put down as missing.
Yeah.
Obviously some sockets don't have the indents for them.
Yeah.
If you've got like metal sockets for instance. So yeah, it just depends on the developer.
Okay.
All the other ones are on in there. So
What's next?
well, we usually check all the sockets in this particular room.
So green is good, right?
Green is good, 2 green lights are good. Obviously there's loads of different fault errors there, things that can be missing.
Okay.
All good, which is a good sign. So always have a look, check any leaks. So we've leveled up the radiator as well. It's good.
Looks pretty pucker, that one.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. Let's see if looks that side. On that side, I think we've got another one around here. Slightly off this one. Let's cut to the wall.
So again, that's just something that you would note.
Just knows it's not necessarily going to fall off the wall, long sort of brackets all on. Everything's at the same time, you know, it's good when everything's all running plumb to everything else, making the place look good and tidy. So you've got a bit of a bump in the floor here. I don't know if it's very good for the camera, but there's something sharp that's been left under this floor, so that will have to be noted.
I mean, obviously, mistakes happen, right? So what would be lino pulled up and...
Yeah, so it just needs to be pulled back. It could just be a screw head.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately been kicked under there. Just needs to be removed and put back down. Might be okay. It feels like that one might have been in there a little while, so the lino might need replacing.
Okay.
Just, we would always just ask the developer to come and investigate that particular issue and see what's going to suit for the right replacement. Whether it needs replacing, repairing.
Yeah.
It's you know, just that bit of give and take really.
Okay.
Always check all the drawers, and the first one we come to is just a bit of dirt. Yeah, look, that's just a bit of dirt. Obviously looking for any.
So do you ever, so for example, would you consider that snag now not a snag?
Well, if you take it all the way off so that it's not, if not, we just ask, in some cases, especially when there are black marks on light kitchens, we've asked the developers just to come around and clean all the marks off the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, some of those marks might not come off and then might need repair or replacements. Some lovely colour kitchens out there now, but the navy light blue and the forest green is really like prone to scratching and generally to replacement panels. They're hard to repair. So the finish around that socket there is not particularly good. You can see that, but that would go beneath to go on.
Yeah. And the pips.
And the pips, yeah.
And the pips. So what's under here?
So this is the sink. So obviously you've got all the pipe. It's nice here that they've put the finishing touches on it.
Yeah.
And put the rosettes round. So that one needs pushing down. Making sure the shelf's been sealed. It's nice when somebody's done a nice job cutting all that out.
Yeah.
But what you want is it being sealed on the wooden edge as well, so you don't get any water or chemical ingress and any spills at a later date.
Okay.
The shop's pretty reasonable. Cool. Make sure we've got no leaks.
Good.
Good. Well, this one then might get hot. Well, this can be one where they've missed the fixings, but on this particular occasion, we've got all the fixings on there. Yeah, it's in nice and tight.
Do you have to check that the oven's working?
Yes, we'll take the bits out of there. It depends if people have been in like a week and we're snagging after a week.
Yeah.
Like with these, they've used their oven within a week.
Yeah.
But if we're doing it and they're in within the day, yeah, obviously run the ovens, check. You can sometimes get a fault when they come up to full heat. That's why it's nice and hot now and it's there today. Yeah, in this case, these will come out, to make sure that nothing gets set on fire. Warm up.
What are you checking for there?
So, one to see if it's working, so you've got lights. Just to make sure that everything's connected. Some cooker hoods will have require filters because the air will just get pushed out the top. This one's got a direct duct to the outside. It doesn't require a filter, but we'll just make sure that everything, we can't see any loose connections. Make sure it's connected to the wall okay. All the fixings are in on this one. So this is all good. Everything's back nice and neatly.
So is that kitchen all done?
Kitchen's done. Down to the next one. Check the sockets in here first.
Do you have to test both plug sockets or just one on a double?
Once you find any fault,
Yeah.
you can test both.
Yeah. Because if it was two singles, right, but because it's a double.
Double should pull up any fault. If there's a fault in one, it should be the other one. But like everything is trying to cut down on any problems that they could have. There could still be a loose wire if somebody knocks somebody up against it while moving in. But it's trying to make sure that if we can find anything today, it goes on the reports and gets rectified.
So what else would we check for in the lounge? Like windows, lights, what?
Yeah, so obviously we'll check around like all the windows here to make sure that everything's right, everything's shut in, all the fixings are in. That shut's great.
Making sure everything's like square and plumb.
Yeah, so obviously always have a look around and make sure things are square where they need to be. Obviously, you get some touching up, you get some shrinkage as well as you go around certain spots. You put down a bit of touching up over there. You're going to get a few bits of paint and plaster work as you find as you go around anyway. It's always checking the windows, you see any scratch glass, obviously these all look particularly great to put down. So it's nice to see, no big gouges out of anything.
So what's that?
So this is a
it's alright. So maybe you start saying one thing we usually do is fire doors.
Yeah, check fire doors. We do this with a fire door wedge.
Yeah, go on then.
So one of the things that we usually do is check for fire doors. This particular house hasn't got fire frames in it. It's got fire escape windows instead. But when we are checking for those, we use one of these little wedges to make sure the gaps are the right way all the way round.
So what is it meant to be?
So between 2 and 4 millimetres. So if you can event a fire, then obviously you get that good seal all the way round.
Okay. So how come this house hasn't got fire doors then?
Because you've got windows that you can get out of.
And it's just because
it's only a 2-storey as well.
Okay.
So this isn't a 3-storey house where you require them, or have windows that don't open fully as well. So if you had a 2-storey with windows that didn't open fully, you'd need fire frames, and obviously we use that check then.
What's going on here then?
Just checking all the fixings with the door handles. So sometimes you can have a missing in the bolts, but this one's all good. Always worth, just as we go around, just having a look.
Yeah, on both sides or just one? Or
we'll check both sides.
So what's this?
This is the consumer unit for the house. Just checking the height that it's been fitted to.
So what would you normally check for in?
Well, one that's lino's loose.
Yeah.
You can feel that on your foot. So just there, that needs pulling tight. See that bubble? I don't know if you can get that on the camera.
Yeah.
Feel that. Obviously in here we're checking everything. Obviously running the taps to make sure that the hot's hot, the cold. To make sure nothing's loose. We've got some nice screw caps on there, which is good practice. Make sure nothing rusts, or the screw heads don't rust. Short flushes. Got a loose toilet seat there, so that needs tightening up. So on that one. Doors, so obviously always checking the doors like we did before.
Yeah.
So this one's got a lock on it, but all the screws and all the fixings are in there, which is nice to see. You won't believe how many times that there's actually screws missing from things like that. It's just about the longevity of your doors, so everything's nice and tight. A little bit of damage on the side of this door, which just needs to in there. Yeah. And radiators again, obviously some marks on the walls here, need taken out. Be nice to see some rosettes around the pipes, just to finish that off, improve that finish there. So we'll come back and paint up, some might put the rosettes on. Check the windows. that back panel, just do a bit of finish on that corner. Not too bad, you can see down there. Close again.
What are you checking there? Just
make sure the hot water's running, see if we get any leaks, any creaking pipes. So you can run them. You can't fill the baths as well. So some of the finishing as much as making sure there's any leaks or anything. Then you've got a gap that all needs sorted. Have a look at the tiles, make sure if there's anything that's been damaged. Put together.
all in all, so far, pretty standard
Yeah.
things that you may find.
There's always something to find as you go around and check something that's not loose or just needs tightening up slightly.
Yeah.
It's all about cutting down that list for the homeowner to find when they move in. So it's not to say that they won't find the odd thing after we've been, but if we can cut that down for them, or if it's something loose and not working, just things that can finish to a better standard than that's what they'll do. So they're getting everything they pay for really.
That's it. What else we got as an ensuite in here? Look.
Huge ensuite this one.
Big one.
Yeah. Nice. So you've got the finish in here, so sometimes what you find is that they're not finished things quite up to perfect. You find that other things that just need a bit of finishing off here as well. Supplies, obviously you've got the marks there on the radiator, just need a bit of TLC. Nice silver plastics all on, all the roof seals for doors. Mixing a cap on that side, one on this side, one on that side. And just yet again the finishing off, making things that could be a bit better finished. Always checking for leaks. Just checking all the toilets. We've got a rocky seat on this one. Oh, it's not even connected. It's the board. The gap behind there, a bit more mastic on there for that finish. We've got like the pipes down there as well, but a bit of TLC. Good finish there. Got rosettes around it, we'll just finish off the plastic and paint a bit better. Plastic's missing from on the side of the sink and on the top of the sink there. It all develops on slightly different takes. Some of them just. I don't want to tread on there.
What's that?
Loose panel. So you get a loose board there.
But I guess this is exactly what you guys do while you exist, right?
Yeah, we exist to obviously go around and check everything, and if we can find it, get it on the report so it can be rectified at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously some things you know would find that you're probably not going to necessarily find straight away or notice for a while. So it's all about trying to get those things on and get it sorted. That's another inspection completed. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you've enjoyed some of the bits that we've found. If you've just bought a new build and need our services, please go to the website premiersnag.co.uk and book us in.